Okay, I have the light on now, but my voice is missing a little of the threatening. That means I don't have much time for the threatening. Resnick. David Resnick. Ari Resnick. Artie Resnick. Reznik or Nick. Okay, I need to thin out this soup maybe a little, but I don't know about that right now. I was being suggested to get some crackers, but I don't have the threatening that I would eat them in front of you. So let's just skip that. Josh Resnick, David Resnick, Areen Resnick, Avi Resnick. Because you have a lot of shunts you don't know you have because you loiter, that you're a very good person and you don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know what's wrong with you. If you're not me to myself, do you want to be me to myself by repeating what I say to myself? This skipping everybody who's not yourself to myself. Yeah, do you identify who I am? Not without everybody who's not myself to yourself. You don't. You're like being struck by lightning. If you give me a comment on this video, that's like being struck by lightning. Because you don't know who I am without the precondition that you are surrounded by all the other people who are not yourself to yourself. You don't afford them if you can see me and if you say something to me about myself, about how I can't save myself from you, that you're not myself. And I really just don't know how it is to be really fully myself without you are yourself interfering in my life. Because you don't know how to be yourself. God did not create you to be in a sinkhole of jealousy. That you think about somebody who's not yourself, you talk to somebody about themselves and you're not themselves. And you don't create my genitals. You don't create other people's genitals. You're in genitals. You don't create other people's genitals. You might form them, but you don't create them. You still think Jesus is the Son of God? So why isn't he here? Chest pains. I can't take the pain. No. You can't just tell somebody no and it's alive either way. It's alive if you say nothing. If you're silent, it's alive. And if you speak, it's alive another way. And that should not be up to you. Alive. If it's not up to me, why is it up to you? That's how you don't know what a speech offense is. Oh, giving me chest pains. You have a mouth and you don't know what to do with your speech offense. You don't know why you make one. You don't know what to do with yourself before, during, and after you make a speech offense. You don't afford your mouth. I know you want to get angry and put this soup in your mouth, but it's too late. I'll be done with it by the time you see the video. Oh, you don't want to watch me eat the whole bowl of soup? I could give you a few minutes head start while it's loading. Oh, you can't see it till it's done uploading. Okay. Were you going to tell me that? You know that you're ahead of me and you understand. There's some obscene music on YouTube Music. It's an app on the phones that I have here. And I can't say what the names of the obscene songs are because they don't apply to my own obscene life. There's somebody else's obscene problems that are being posted as neat little song problems on the internet. Yeah, but that's not paid for because I'm deceased right here. That's just for myself. That's not for those people who are singing the songs and they're posted on YouTube Music. So when you can't condescend me anymore, what are you going to do with yourself? You have a plan? When you get your head removed, do you have a plan? You can call 911 and report to them that I said you're going to get your head removed and I don't know you. You think that'll help? If you get your head removed, you think a call to the police will help? Maybe you should try. It'll make you feel better. You think the police will remove your head or no? They're really good people, huh? Are they people you want prowling around your front door? You're going to send them over here? Oh no, that's not good. I've already had too many of those problems. I don't want any more problems. You're going to send me more problems? I don't want any more problems. You think that'll help? There's no helping me. I don't actually want your help. I want deceased of myself. So what if I get shot by the police after you said the police are coming for me because the neighbors can hear me shouted? And the neighbors called the police on that I shouted. What if I get shot in the head? What if it's your fault? And what makes you think that hasn't been done before? So you wouldn't say no, probably don't do it again? Or would you say, it may took on me this time? Me toca a mí esta vez. I want to be myself again, none higher than me deceased. But I am so far away from that with lost money. So I'm just disclosing my leverage, none higher than me deceased. Just like that. But I don't have the money. You know, like all the money that it would be if I didn't have to say it. So I can turn off the video, or I could keep eating. Which way do I want it? Not really hiding from you, but I don't have much else to say. When you watch me eat in a restaurant, usually you have your own food in front of you and you don't know I'm there. You're just very busy eating. You can have my bowl of soup when I'm done with it. Would you eat it if it was after I already ate? Not like a disgusting, elimination or vomit, but if you could have that, my life to you is as if I never ate food. Would you want it that way? Just for you. Well, I'm deceased. It's whichever way you want it between you and your God. And if you don't have definition about who you are and your appearance, that means if you're beautiful but you're mean, then you don't get my grace. You have to be beautiful and you have to die in God. It goes together, otherwise I'm not going to help you. If you're ugly and you speak English, I'm not going to help you. If you don't know you're ugly, you know, but then you don't want to know. Do you know that I'm female? Godhead. Feminine genitals on the Godhead. And when I die out of the formed world, I'm going to die as a male or female genitals on the Godhead that you don't know before the greeting, that you can see with yourself that I'm a female or feminine, like a girl or a female. You have to see that with yourself, that I'm a girl or a female. And depending on when in my lifetime, because I was small and then I grew up as a girl, and then from age maybe 18 and onwards, I'm a female. Godhead. I have something to show you, but the soup is hot. I don't want to get up because the soup is hot. Las Vegas weather temperature today was hot. September heat, very hot under the sun. I like the heat, but I'm living with air conditioning. Otherwise, I would be waiting for the temperature to change to be more cool. So, what do you think of medication and food mixing with each other? Have you ever taken medication and had to take it on an empty stomach? I don't think you should prescribe medication as a comment because I'm eating food on an empty stomach. I'm not taking medication on an empty stomach. So, who's going to make an internet comment and say that you speak for everyone? And I say, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. How many people are just like you? The ones who didn't catch you making the comment and find you and put you in prison and stay there with you as inmates or as prisoners, if you will. That's what's due about your comment now. Good luck finding all the shunts because they don't stay in the same keys if they've been to prison. Excuse me, prison. A shunt is a human being descented into a shunt of a human being that does not believe in myself. If you believe in Jesus as the Son of God, you should believe in the crucifixion. That should help so that you know Jesus is not the Son of God on a crucifix. Crucifixion, a cross, a crucifixion. Crucifixion is from when I was in Wisconsin. I grew up in Wisconsin, and there's a crucifixion of Jesus in the churches there. But here in the Southwest, and I've been here for more than 20 years, there are statues of Jesus and Mary. If you didn't know about the crucifixion of Jesus, that's what the cross is for. The figure could be on the cross and it's a crucifixion, or there's just a cross with no figure, and that's not adequate. It needs to be a crucifixion. Anybody heard of baby Jesus? You think he's alive? If it's a baby, how would you possibly know? It could still be Jesus if it's a girl. The name could be Jessie, Jessie. A baby Jesus named baby Jessie that's a girl, Jessie. You never know. Is it in a car seat in a Chrysler and it's in traffic and the baby materializes its own Avent, Avent, baby bottle with what baby formula milk ready to drink in there? For Jessie, baby Jessie of baby Jesus, crucifixion, baby in the back of a car seats in the back. You think it'd be an SUV? That's new. A Chrysler with no trunk? A Chrysler SUV? Or what about another car? What about a Lincoln? Well, let's say Chrysler SUV. Is there such a thing as that? That's what I want to know. Well, Jesus gave me feminine genitals on the Godhead, where I normally have no genitals. I'm not really feminine. I'm shouted that I'm not feminine, and I'm not sure what your problem is with that because you're not due to speak to a female. It doesn't know you. I don't have a live as a male. I'm shouted that I don't have a live as a male is not adequately alive as a female. And I know why. So, Jesus Christ. What about a Chrysler Jeep Cherokee? Is that a Chrysler? Is a Jeep a Chrysler? I need Jesus Christ to be Jesus Chrysler, but I'm at baby Jessie, Jessie, the girl baby. The feminine genitals on the baby. That would be Jessie. It has to be in the back of a Chrysler SUV, but I don't know if there is such a thing. Beast, monster. It could be a Subaru, or it could be that's because there's something wrong with Chrysler. So if it's in a Subaru, and a Subaru is an SUV, it could be a Subaru Outback, but that's a little bit like a station wagon. I'm looking for an SUV, so it would be a normal looking SUV of a Subaru. And then Richard Vogel can find Jessie in traffic. Good luck trying to find it, because you have to have leverage. You have to feed me food, and I can help you. Hold the comments, please, so that my refrigerator doesn't break down because you're counting motions in the comments about things in the apartment that move and go off. Yeah. I need the electricity, the water, and the refrigerator all in working condition with the air conditioning. If you have a comment you want to leave for me, it's not a text message or email. You're going to set off the whole world and break my refrigerator, and I can't afford that. Why don't you just send me a new refrigerator instead of making a comment? Keep the comments to yourself and order me a lot of things that I need and send them to this address, Fremont Gardens Apartments. You have to send things for everybody here because I can't get them out. They're not going to leave. Did you just leave a comment and tell me the police are going to come and arrest me because the neighbors don't want to hear me shout and they're going to call the police? So you need to send all the neighbors a new refrigerator, a new stove. If they need renovations, you have to make arrangements for them to stay in a hotel that you can renovate their apartments, but they shouldn't come back. So you owe them nicer housing, someplace they would want to go voluntarily away from here. But they should really go to prison, but that's really not for you to decide if they go to prison or not. That's for you to have to pay out keys and banking to these people. Are you sure you're still talking to me about my address? Because there are a lot of people that live in this apartment complex that are threatening me. If you talk to me about myself, that they live right nearby. How much money do you have on your mind? How much money do you have on your mind? Do you have enough money to save yourself from making a comment about me to myself where I can see it appear with a notification on the cell phone? Wow, that's rich. If I wanted to notify you before you notify me, that's never. Have you heard of Zippy's? It's Zippy's fast food restaurant, chain of restaurants in Honolulu, Hawaii. I don't know their menu. I have to guess that it's fried fish, but I don't know. Deep fried fish. Fast food, deep fried fish, maybe something like Long John Silver's. Did I ever go to Long John Silver's? I want to say that I've been there like once, but I don't want to say that for certain. That would have been a very long time ago. When I was a kid, yeah. So why do you think it is that you can call the police on me? Why can you do that? If the police are there to make sure that you are in threatening to go to jail and prison, why is it possible for you to call the police on myself and I have to worry about you putting me in jail and prison and then I have to be there with that I am myself? If you don't know how to put yourself in jail and prison for that reason, I just gave it away that you're too late. How are you going to save yourself? If you're not for yourself, who will be for you? If I am not for myself, who will be for me? I'm giving you some of the taste of the food. I'm eating it in front of you and it doesn't taste as good as when I'm not working.